I will say that that's like the most frustrating part about the Bigfoot subject is you got guys like who really like, no, I think an ape could, like a pod of apes could like live out here and this thing. And so you'll start to, guys like me will be like, yeah, this makes good sense. And then they'll get like a Native American to talk about it. And he'll be like, it's the magic man of the woods. And you're like, no. And they're like, he disappears. He flies. He can stop the rain. And you're like, this is, gosh dang it. We were making real good ground here, making arguments for it to be an ape.
I think the Native Americans are right. I think that's what it is.
Some
I think
sort of paranormal woods thing?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think it's like, listen, if let's imagine that states of consciousness can interface with other things that are around us all the time that we don't necessarily see. Now, we know that's true if you take psychedelics, and we know that psychedelics are produced in the brain. I can imagine a moment where you are in such a state that you could see something that you would not be able to see under normal conditions. It's not outside the realm of possibility. I'm not married to it, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. Now, if that is what we're seeing with UFOs, if what we're seeing is our future, if what we're seeing with those beings is the eventual shape that human beings will take, as evolution progresses, we become these genderless, little spindly things
Big
with
brains.
giant heads.
Yeah.
Flying spaceships with our minds. That kind of makes sense to me. If that makes sense, why wouldn't I be able to also see what we used to be, or what we could have been, or what other things used to live with us? And maybe it's almost like a ghost, almost like a memory that you can access of a different timeline, a different dimension, where this thing does exist. And that's why it's so elusive and it comes and goes, because it's not a real material thing. It's a construct of the human psyche. But these people that are seeing it, like they might even literally be seeing footprints. It might literally leave footprints. It might exist for brief moments.
Makes sense. Passing in and out of this dimension kind of thing?
There's so many wacky stories about it. So then you have to apply the wacky stories to human psychology and say, okay, people are in a heightened state. They're in the woods. They're alone. They're nervous. There's cats out there and fucking bears. So you're kind of freaking out already. So you're in this like weird mind state already where it seems like more things are possible out there because there's no one to help you.
Right.
There's no city. There's no hospital.
Can't call the cops on a Bigfoot.
You got no fucking cell phone signal, and you're out there alone. Like, there's so many possibilities.
Scary.
It's terrifying. And that, to me, makes sense. Like, if there's a mindset that can be achieved, it's a mind state that can be achieved where you interact with things that aren't there all the time, like UFOs.
Right.
That would be when it would happen.
Right. Well, there's tons of like interesting stories that you'll just read about, like a thing just walking behind the tree, and it's not. But if it was a massive, 10-foot thing, you'd probably be able to see it come out on the other side of that tree, and you see a lot of those kind of. I read a lot of those kind of stories, and I'm like, I don't know what the heck that.
Yeah, it could be that, but it could also be black bears. It could be they're just seeing things because they're freaking out.
Yeah.
Bears freak you out, man. You see a bear in the wild, it freaks you out. And if you see a bear in between trees, you can just convince yourself that it's something, and then your brain plays tricks on you. The memory is a slippery bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Especially under heightened circumstances like that, like in the woods. Your memory's weird.
And it's more exciting to believe that it's real, so that's what you wanna. That's my biggest. I think what I'm holding on to so much is that, like, I think it's so boring if we just know all the stuff on our planet.
I don't think we do.
But that's my point. It's way more exciting to think, there's Bigfoots and there's...
Yeah, pterodactyls is one of my favorites.
Wolfman or Dogman or Mothman or any of these kind of like exciting things. I want to believe that.
Well, you know about that Hobbit man that they found on that island of Flores?
No.
No?
A Hobbit man.
Good. Yeah, this is a good one for you. This is a thing that absolutely lived alongside people. And I think they don't know the timeline of this fucker either. But they think it might have been as recently as like 50,000, 30,000 years ago. And they were little tiny people, 3 foot tall, like almost like ape-like creatures. That's what they looked like.
Oh, yeah, see? Like a little baby Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, like little hobbits, man. And they lived on this island. And they were like a different branch of the human chain that lived alongside Homo sapiens.
Yeah, you see that? You just think you see a juvenile Bigfoot or something.
Yeah. Well, there's people that have cited these things in other parts of the world still to this day. They still claim that they exist.